Hoplophilia, as defined by Urban Dictionary, is someone with an attraction to or love of weaponry.
Oh, that's a lot of fronts.
After that, I think I'm a hoplophile.
Gunner is the safest class in Deep Rock. He is also, in my opinion, tied with Engineer when it comes to how good he is at defending objectives. Engineer's turrets are powerful when used effectively, but if you have ever had the pleasure of being on an uplink with a bulk detonator staring you down like a pit bull named Princess at a child's birthday party, then you will know how important Gunner's shields are. The safety that Gunner provides comes from a few different parts of his kit, but the most counterintuitive part is his weapons. Now, I know you're probably asking, how are guns supposed to provide safety? Well, in Deep Rock, there's a lot of things that can kill you. Lava geysers, space syphilis, rogue nukes, rogue drillers, and gravity are all regular foes of dwarven kind. But the number one thing that will probably kill you is a glyphid biting at your ankles. Now, how would you prevent this? The simplest solution, in my mind, is just kill the bugs. I'm not kidding. If every bug is dead, they can't kill you, and Gunner's weapons are some of the best at prolonged bug destruction. Every primary option specializes in sustained firepower of one kind or another. Each of these options has a ton of damage that can be spaced out over a long period of time. That's what separates Gunner from Engineer in terms of deadliness. Engineer gets his damage out a lot quicker, but has less overall damage generally. Getting back to the Gunner's primary options, the damage you deal comes in three flavors: streams of 7.62, tidal waves of 50 caliber high explosive rounds, and rockets. Gunner has consistent damage at handling everything from swarmers to oppressors. However, depending on which primary you pick, you will lean towards either end of the spectrum of larger targets or smaller targets. And the modifications and overclocks he gets on his primaries should be noted. He can do fire builds on the minigun. The autocannon, my personal favorite, can either become an artillery piece, a railroad spike launcher, or chemical warfare, the gun. And Hurricane just does whatever. Some of my personal favorites are Stunning Angry Bee Swarm, Undisclosed Landmines, and Cluster Bombs from Helldivers 2. A game I will be talking about, so please subscribe. Now, Gunner's secondaries are best used to complement his primaries. Most autocannon builds kind of suck at dealing with tankier targets, so bringing the Burt auto pistol to give you some up-close killing power is a smart idea. Jet Fuel Homebrew struggles against swarmers and jellies, but a coil gun with triple tech chambers makes them trivial. Oh, your minigun sets things on fire in an area? What if there was an overclock that let you deal 4 times the amount of damage you normally would to burning targets? The secondary and primary are usually on opposite ends of the spectrum. If you have a big single target primary, then your secondary will likely be better at horde clear or crowd control. With a well-balanced Gunner loadout, you can effectively handle any enemy in the game, but if you feel like you're lacking firepower in some area, then we need to talk about grenade! Gunner's grenades are straightforward and simple. They all kill, just in different ways. If you're lacking direct damage, take stickies. Incendiary grenades are perfect for covering areas in fire and area denial. Clusters are good for any single target builds that are lacking in horde clear, and lead bursters are a bit weaker than clusters but are more versatile since they don't care as much about terrain and enemies can be a little more spaced out. They also rip through bulk detonators like nobody's business. Grenades complement the build and are great at clearing targets that your build might struggle against. Pick whichever grenade you feel like you would need in any situation. It doesn't really matter. They're all pretty good. Between the combination of grenades, primaries, and secondaries, you can handle basically every bug in the game. Sometimes, however, there's just too many bugs to deal with, so the next best thing to be is somewhere the bugs can't reach. Pro tip numero dos: bugs can't kill you if they can't hit you. So Gunner has two main escape tools to get out of dodge, the first being his zipline. Now, again, this might confuse some of you because the zipline cannot be described as fast. But the point isn't to be fast with the zipline, it's to be in a position where you can't be hit, and this is especially noticeable on core stone objectives. The other way that you can use the zipline is to quickly get you and your team down from somewhere or to get heavy objects up somewhere. It can also cancel fall damage, which is very useful for getting down in a pinch. Now, the zipline is not the perfect escape tool because ranged enemies exist and will knock you off if they hit you enough. It also requires setup time, and it also doesn't work in enclosed spaces. So we need something better, more universal, that requires less setup and is more flexible in how it can be used. Ah, the dash perk, my beloved. What dash lets you do is it gives you a burst of speed that lets you quickly reposition yourself in a fight, giving you either better positioning, letting you dodge attacks, or just get away as a grenade goes off. This is one of the best perks in the game because on top of the combat survivability it provides, it also just makes movement in general easier since pro tip numero tres, being able to go fast, helps you go fast. I know, groundbreaking commentary, but this is super important for Gunner specifically because his mobility is more limited than all the others. So you can get out of most situations, but the caves of Hoxie's are cruel and there will be moments that you can't get away in just one dash or there isn't a zipline nearby. This is where the shield comes in clutch. The shield provides something that is very rare in Deep Rock Galactic: guaranteed safety. This thing lets you get your teammates back up no matter what's happening, it lets you get resupplies even when getting swarmed, and it lets you drop boss aggression and not get punished. It blocks projectiles, makes pushing into rooms easier with your team, regenerates your shield so you're safer coming out of it, and it's great on defensive objectives. Wrapping back to the start of the video, this also lets you do more damage as Gunner. Again, another counterintuitive idea. How am I supposed to use a shield to do more damage? Well, when you're jumping around trying not to get eaten by bugs, it's hard to land every shot optimally, especially with precision weapons like the Leadstorm and Plasma Bursters. But if you throw your shield out, you get time to aim your shots. You get time to angle your grenades, and you get time to hit weak points. This makes the shield great in basically every situation you need it to be good in. In summary, Gunner is safe because the combination of sustained firepower from his primaries, needed burst damage on his secondaries, and the grenades give him a rounded kit that is all accentuated by the bubble shield, giving him a free get out of jail free card and a chance to do maximum damage. Together with that and the zipline and dash perk, he also has enough mobility to get out of enough situations to where he doesn't have to spam shields in every situation. He is the safest and most straightforward class in Deep Rock. Shoot bug, move away from bug when needed, if can't move away from bug, throw shield, and then shoot bug until there are no more bug. Now there are nuances in how to move, where to put ziplines, how to build certain weapons, and so on. That's longer than this video has time for, and I'm currently trying to figure out all that. So that's it. I just have a couple notes. If you made it all the way through, then hey, consider subscribing because I've got another video like this on the way about Scout, which I think you'll enjoy. Rockin' stone miners.
Context ever.
Not never ever, but like most of the time. It's funnier if you don't. Alright, because...
Hey, I'm out of flamethrower
You know, maybe,
ammo, by the way.
maybe you should just be
It's
better.
drill time, baby!
I love...
Alright.
Okay.
Bye, Mama. No problem. You're all good. Love you. If I had a nickel for every time one of my parents interrupted while recording the Gunner video, I would have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's strange that it happened twice.
I know where we must go next. I feel like Lewis and Clark. No!
You know what we need on college campuses?
Miners!
The miners!